TitleMatchNetwork.com.
2x4 came in the Mid-South, the old UWF deal. You know, when I first went in there, I was the Rat Pack with Theodore DiBiase, old Teddy, Matt Bourne, and myself. We were the Rat Pack. We were a heel group. Skandar Akbar was doing a deal, anti-American. And of course, so many guys in wrestling back then all had the feathered boas and the sequin robes. Now they all have the tough guy tattoos and scary T-shirts, you know. I mean, so I wanted just something simple, easy, so, you know, working man's deal, 2x4.
Yep, were you most comfortable with that gimmick rather than
people say, well, that hacksaw, where's that hacksaw character come from? Where most good characters come from, it's just part of my personality. My wife says, give him 2 whiskeys. You better believe you have hacksaw with you, brother.
The guy just complained about the sounds.
Oh, okay, well, we gotta hold it down. Which I love. One more. Oh! Here comes security. I'm just kidding, officer. No, this guy's running the deal, right? Oh, it was great, man. Yeah, that's when I first started carrying the flag and started appreciating what our brave men and women do with the armed forces. Started visiting bases around the country. Yeah, it was a changing point in my life.
What are so you were much more comfortable with that than the whole Rat Pack thing, right?
Yeah, well, Rat Pack, still I was doing I was doing a job. I wasn't being happy with what I was doing. I was working. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Then you went into that legendary feud against Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
What anything immediately spring to mind about some of the best moments?
The biggest gimmick match in the whole world. Inside a steel cage with a coal miner's glove on top of a 10-foot steel pole, loser leave town dressed in tuxedos at the Sam Houston Coliseum, and baby, you couldn't buy a ticket for that sucker.
How was DiBiase to work with?
That is great. One of the masters of the business. Sure. The second generation guys are usually a little more polished. Kurt Hennig, God bless him, just passed away, Kurt. Jake, and of course Jake's got his problems, second generation guys. Theodore, guys who grew up in the business just seem a little more polished.
Do you think that, like...
Oh, no, I'll tell you the deal about the story about Teddy with the tuxedo deal. We first did the tuxedo match, you know. Of course, Teddy, like I said, he's a dapper guy. He comes out, he looks great in a tuxedo, you know, Theodore. I come out, I got my shirt tail out, you know. And of course, the crowd would cheer, and they were doing the sound levels. Right, so they cheer for Teddy, and they cheered for me. They'd be like, I can't believe it, I gotta go out. And they had a sound truck back then. We were in the studio, they had a sound truck, so we went out and he's got a baseball bat. And my car just happens to be parked next to the sound truck. And so he said, was that Duggan's car? I said, yes, no, he's gonna break out my windshield. Of course, windshields don't break out. You know, poor Teddy, about the 5th swing, he's like, it's all spider web, but it ain't breaking out. Old Teddy's whacking away.
TitleMatchNetwork.com.